Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's time to get your clicks fix.
Hello and welcome back to Clicks Fix. I'm Rory. It has been 4 days since I last played with these pint-sized plastic people, and I really want to again, especially now that it's pre-release time for Venom set, which is what we're going to be talking about today. This is my top 3 of each rarity in the set. That excludes primes. I'm just going to say it now. Excluding primes, primes are usually just good in general. If I had to choose, I think I might say my top prime from the set would be the anti-venom. Yeah, probably. I mean, I like them all. I wouldn't mind getting any of the primes, but anti-venom I think would be the one I would play with the most. And again, these are just my personal favorites, my top threes. Not like I think that they're going to be super competitive or anything, but sometimes it's just because I think it's a cool figure. Anyway, let's get into it. The commons. My number 3 common is going to be Black Widow. Probably not on many people's radar, but Black Widow has 8 clicks of life for 45 points. I think that is incredible. She's got the Avengers team ability, and when she's using that on one of the figures that's chosen for the Avengers team ability, she gets to see through hindering terrain. Ignore hindering terrain, which is good. Doesn't have move attack till mid dial and at the end, but I mean, she's a spy. She gets in stealth at the beginning, and she can have a 12 attack for 4 damage for 45 points. I'll take her. I think she will be good in sealed. I think she will be pretty solid in sealed. Anyway, moving on. This one, the Clintar symbiote, I think would be my number 2 of the commons. I've talked about him before. It's like the symbiotes in general are things that I am excited about because it's a way to kind of equip somebody without actually equipping them. So just giving other characters extra powers. This one, when it's KO'd, can give poison, shape change, and an additional target to somebody. That additional target on some characters can be pretty critical and pretty awesome, especially if they only have one target. It is way nicer, especially for ranged attackers, to have a second possible target. Like if the first one rolls their shape change or the super senses or something, they can, you know what, the primary target didn't get hit, but I can still hit this other target that I still need to hit, but wasn't as high a priority, but it doesn't waste an action or an attack completely. And this one, just for 15 points, you run them up on somebody and you've got plasticity, gonna make it hard for them to get away from. They're gonna have to deal with them somehow unless they ignore characters for movement. I like it. Okay, and then my number 1 common is gonna have to be Spider-Man, the Ben Reilly one. I've mentioned him in other videos. I am glad they finally got a Ben Reilly as Spider-Man figure. Scarlet Spider is my favorite character in like all of comics. I just really like him. I like the Clone Saga. I know it was really long and things kind of dragged at points, but the character of Scarlet Spider is awesome. On some of my videos, I'm wearing the blue hoodie with the giant spider on it. I love it. But this version of him, it's the first time that I know of that we get him in this suit, and I really like this version of Spider-Man's suit with the legs going up across the shoulders and everything. He's got the wall crawler trait, which I think is awesome. And then when he hits, after resolutions, give each hit character an action token, and opposing characters within range can't remove action tokens except by clearing, which is pretty awesome as well. Just, you gotta clear. I don't care if you have the destroyer armor on or whatever. You can't just keep clearing your tokens off. 70 points, 8 clicks of life. He's pretty darn solid. I like him. And when he hits, it's just when he hits. If he does energy explosion, already got 2 targets, he could put tokens, action tokens on a ton of people. I like that. All right, done with the commons. Moving to the uncommons. Where did I put them? These ones. Okay. We're going with my number 3 uncommon as Spider-Man 2. This is Eddie Brock, apparently, in some alternate universe, according to Scott Porter. He's got the classic symbiote physiology trait, which great for any symbiote character to have, the plasticity, shape change, and hard to target them from range. Then this other trait, choosing Parker's Legacy. If a friendly character with the Spider-Man team ability is in your KO area, Spider-Man 2 can use super senses and modifies combat values by +1. I don't know, get a spider bot up there, get him KO'd, and then he's got super duper senses and all combat values by +1, which is awesome because he's got some decent combat values throughout his whole dial. And if he's a top dial, that'd be what? And close attack, 13 for 5 damage. I mean, obviously he's probably going to get targeted first because they don't want to have that happen, but if you can manipulate it so a little tiny guy that has that team ability dies first, he's rocking. And then I've mentioned, oh no, that's number 1. This guy was number 3. We'll go to number 2 next, which I think is Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock, just the idea of him, what this trait does, beginning of the game, remove a character with Venom in its name from your sideline, turn it to any click, and then put it on Eddie's card, and then he can use all the displayed standard powers on that click. So there's a ton of them now, especially in a Venom set. There's going to be a ton of them. So he has access to a lot of different powers, and it's really cool. And then when he gets KO'd, they come out on their last non-KO click, heal 2. You know what? They can keep healing. They're not nixed from healing. So there's a lot of cool ones. WizKids even put out a team build where it's the T-Rex that gets it, and it's designed to KO Eddie real quick, bring out the Venom T-Rex, and then heal that Venom T-Rex even more. It's just a really fun idea, really cool. So I like Eddie Brock and the versatility he brings to his builds. And then the top one, I've mentioned him in other videos before, Rex Strickland. Really awesome for soldier teams, turns soldiers into symbiotes, and then soldier symbiotes get flurry and stealth, which is pretty awesome. Because if they got stealth, people got to get up close, and they got flurry, so they can hit them twice. Just really cool. Especially if it's paired with other stuff that they have on them. There's just a lot of cool options. Okay, those were the uncommons. Let's move on to the rares. My rares, where do I got them? Okay. Which order do I want to put these? Let's put, oh man, they're all pretty good. All right, you know what? These aren't in any order. I can't really order them, these ones. But anyway, Gorr the Godbutcher. I think he's a really awesome rare, especially with his trait that says other characters can't generate bystanders. That just messes up so many characters, especially with the recent meta in Silver. Just awesome. And his combat values go +1 for each character with a deity keyword in an opponent's KO area. So if you KO their deities, he gets stronger. He's got the all black Godslayer trait. So his version of using all black, when he rolls a 1 or 2, generate a black berserker bystander, which is a good bystander. It has charge, blades, invincible, and shape change. Just nuts. Sorry. But, and I think he's good at either point value, 100, 120 or 65. He's a solid choice for either one. I like Gorr the Godbutcher. Then we'll look at Riot. I like Riot. The Life Foundation symbiote trait I think is pretty awesome for all of those figures from the Life Foundation. Being able to re-roll a single d6 either in an attack or in a single d6, just any, like a super sensor or shape change, something like that. Anyway, those can be re-rolled. I think that is pretty awesome. And then he's got this special attacks, symbiote smash, super strength, giant reach 2. When he hits into the next turn, the next time each hit character would roll a single d6, the result is 1 instead. So if you can get him through somebody's shape change and super senses, I mean, he hits. So even if they roll impervious well, you're rolling impervious before after the actual hit is determined. So he is hit. So their imperviouses automatically fail. And then the rest of the turn, their d6 rolls are 1s, which is crazy. Which, I don't know, might be good for some of the people that use all black because they have the result of 1 or 2. I don't know. I think it's a really cool thing to just shut down people's rollouts, and he can do that, which I think is cool. Then last of the rares, maybe a top one. Well, I don't know. I really like Riot. The other two are just really good. It's hard to put them in order. Anyway, Virus. I like Virus. Got the trait Never Stop Hunting You, Energy Shield Deflection, and Willpower traded, which is solid. If Virus is adjacent to an opposing character, increase the results of his single d6 rolls by +1, which is awesome because they're probably going to want to get in close to attack him because he has Energy Shield Deflection. So he'll have a super the special defense is impervious and super senses, increase the rolls by 1. Great. Super duper senses and super duper impervious. I like it. I think he's pretty darn cool. And is solid at 90 or 40. 90, he's with a range combat expert. He's got a 12 for 4 damage. At 40, he's got enhancement for other range attackers. Good version of Matt Gargan, I think. Virus. All right, super rares. Let's see, what order I put these in. You know what? We'll go with Lasher. Lasher is my number 3 super rare. In general, through the whole set, it was hard to choose. There are a lot of great pieces. So I totally understand if other people disagree with me because there are just a lot of really good figures. Anyway, again, Lasher's got the cool Life Foundation symbiote trait with the rerolls. Also got this special attack, which is his whole dial, giant reach 3, and precision strike with 3 targets. When Lasher hits after resolutions, you may place each hit target into a square adjacent to Lasher. So he can set up a kind of kill box thing. Like he'll charge in or sidestep in, whatever it is, from 3 squares away, hopefully hit them, and then, I don't know, place them behind him so the rest of your team can just bash them. I like characters that can place your opponent's figures wherever they want. Great figure for that. Next of the super rares, I'm going for Meridius. Meridius is solid. He's got the symbiote physiology. Symbiote domination is his movement sidestep. At the beginning of your turn, you can place Meridius and another friendly character with the symbiote keyword in each other's squares, which is cool. Like it's a neat little mechanic. I like the idea. It's super fun. He only gets it if you're playing him at 95 though, so the top 4 clicks. So you get, but it's at the beginning of your turn. So another symbiote is going to have to be where he wants to be, like through your opponent's turn. Kind of. So it's a little wonky, but I like the idea. It'd be nice if it was free, except for the Beetlejuices out there, whatever. Anyway, solid movement, and then this damage power, which he has all but his top 2 clicks. At the beginning of your turn, if no d6 is on Rarity's card, you may roll a d6 and place the result on Rarity's card. When a character within range or uses shape change, when a character within range attacks or uses shape change, you may remove the d6 from the card and replace it. So it's a d6 replacement roll for an attack or shape change roll, which can be good for you, for your characters, or bad for your opponents. Whatever you roll, it can be used. I think it's awesome. My top super rare, I think I'm going to have to say, is Iron Man. This version of Cletus Cassidy, I think it's just so cool because of this attack power he has. Again, has the symbiote physiology with plasticity and shape change. But he's got this extreme biote dragon breath. Precision strike, solid. Range and improved targeting for like everything except for blocking. Make a range attack targeting each opposing character within range and line of fire along a direct line. He's got a range of 6, which is a solid range. And if you can line up all these characters, all these opponents, if they're like in a formation of some sort, line them up, and they're on top click, they're each taking 4. If he's playing at 65, they're each taking 3. The precision strike. And then I just think it's so fun to be able to target multiple characters without bolts and deal them the full damage. So if you can boost his damage up to a 7 at his top click with 3 enhancements or whatever, friggin' awesome. And deal 7 damage to everybody along 6 squares away. Yeah, I just think that's fun. I don't know how useful or like meta or anything it'll be, but I love it when characters can do something like that. It's super, super fun. All right. Super rares are done. Let's move on to the chases. I think I'm going to have to put Hybrid. I know not many people like him, but Hybrid as my number 3 for chases. Just for his sideline active stuff. I don't really like the idea of playing him main force 250 or 125. I think it's a little expensive, but he's still good. He's got the trait of giant reach 3, plasticity, shape change, opposing characters within 4 can't make ranged. It's like a even better version of the symbiote physiology. His just has a giant reach of 3 attached to it. And most of his dial, he has this special defense, invincible, willpower. When he hits, until your next turn, opposing characters can't generate characters or use carry. Not bad, just invincible and willpower together. It's good. But it's his sideline active thing that really, I think, for me, puts him up there as going to be a fun figure. When a friendly character is KO'd, and at least 2 friendly characters named Agony, Lasher, Phage, or Riot, so those life, what is it called? The Life Foundation, those figures. If they're in your KO area, after resolutions, you may generate Hybrid from your sideline on his red starting line in a square that character last occupied. So 2 of them in your KO area, he can come out at his 125 point, which is good. If all 4 of the listed characters are in your KO area, you may generate Hybrid on his green starting line instead. So if you play all 4 of those characters and then they die, he comes out as a like 250 point value character with 11 clicks of life that they're going to have to chew through. Unfortunately, he is very susceptible to willpower, but hopefully by that point in the game, you will have gotten rid of their willpower. But, coming out hypersonic speed, 3 targets, super strength with 12 attack, 19 defense with that special defense, 5 damage with battle fury. It's just super fun to have that come out late game. I like it. All right, number 2 chase for me is going to be Knull. But this one, yes, you're going to be playing main force. I think you'll be playing in main force. And yeah, he's just really hard to KO, man. Starts off with that 20 defense. The real thing is this, where is it? The attack power. He has his whole dial. Blaze Claw's Fangs, when he uses it, he may re-roll the result if the targeted character has a deity or herald keyword, his version of the all black. And then when he rolls a single d6, any single d6, not just the blades, if the displayed result is a 1 or a 2, after resolutions, heal Knull equal to the displayed result. So yeah, you roll a 1 or a 2 on anything, he's healing a click. I mean, and how much? Let's see. Let's count the number of things he can roll a single d6 on. He's got willpower from Cosmic, shape change traded. Let's see, blades when he's attacking. Does he have leadership? No, but if you give him leadership somehow, he's rolling that at the beginning. Later on, he's got super senses on his back dial. On his stop clicks, he's got impervious and regeneration as free. So on your opponent's turn and on your turn, he can be rolling single d6s and healing. Heal him off that stop click. Basically, if you're going against Knull, you want to have the Bloodstone. If you don't have the Bloodstone, he is going to be so hard to get rid of. Unless you... he's going to be so hard to get rid of. And yeah, in sealed, I think he's going to win almost every game. I mean, there are ways, there are figures out there that, shut off some of these powers. But yeah. And like, 1 or a 2, usually a fail, but if he's rolling higher, that's also just good for him. He rolls high. That's what you usually want for blades, or you want to succeed on these things. 3s and 4s are like the only thing. 2 out of 3, 2 out of the 3 of the possible rolls, or 4 out of 6, are ones you want to roll on any of these. Oh man, it's nuts. Anyways, Knull, monster. But my top chase is going to be Venomized Phoenix Force. Just good, so much fun, especially when you have mind control. I was just 4 days ago playing with the alternate Jean Grey from X-Men 97. Mind control is free. So much fun. Multiple targets. Anyway, Venomized Phoenix Force, really awesome and really cool sculpt. Plasticity shape change. It's Omega symbiote for this trait. When Venomized Phoenix Force uses shape change, she increases her result by +1 for each other time she's used shape change this turn, whether she succeeded or not. So, I mean, if she succeeded, you're like, okay, try to hit me again with somebody else. I'll get an even better possibility of rolling shape change over and over and over. So targeting with multiple attacks in a turn is just going to get harder when you're going after her, unless you have Battle Fury or something like that. And then traded leadership and poison. Mind control is free, but only to target characters damaged by a character with the symbiote keyword this turn, whether that's her or somebody else. But if she uses Pulse Wave, hits a bunch of people, then mind control 3 of them for free. Really, really cool. And she can do it with poison. You poison somebody, and then you can mind control is free on them. Pretty. And those are traits so far. She has mid-dial, a special attack, steal energy, telekinesis. Telekinesis is free, but only to target a character with the symbiote keyword, which can be her. I mean, if she had that top click, that would be ridiculous to TK herself 4 free, 4 squares, and then move 4, and then shoot 6. That's 4, 4, 8. That's like the whole map. 1 TK on her, and she's got like the whole, pretty much the whole map. 8. Yeah. What, 2 squares away from the whole map? I don't know. I'm not counting. I don't know how many squares the whole map is. I think it's 16 squares. And so she'd just be like 2 away. But still, she's got a huge reach. I like her. I think she can be super, super fun to play. I don't know if she's going to be meta or anything like that, but super fun. She is 150 points, which leaves a lot for support and stuff, but she's a big chunk of your team. If she goes down, that's a big chunk of your team. Okay, those are the chases. On to the legacies. Now, not all of the legacies are loaded into HC units yet, so some of these are I'm getting from Clix Nexus. I think my number 3 of the chases is, man, I think it's got to be Venom Captain Marvel. There's another one that I thought it could be just because of the amount of damage, but Venom Captain Marvel has more staying power, I think. We'll just look through her. 95 points for 7 clicks, and she's got the symbiote physiology, which is solid. Higher, faster, hungrier. Steal energy, but for close or range. That's a trait, which is awesome. Letting her go around. And then her special damage for all but her top 2 clicks. Energy explosion and poison. Venom Captain Marvel deals penetrating damage. So penetrating energy explosion, penetrating poison, or just regular attacks. Just does penetrating, and then can steal energy off of that. Hypersonic at top dial, 4 damage at top dial. She's solid. I like her, and it's like you don't want to get her down to her lower. You don't want her as an opponent to be on that special attack power. You don't want her dealing penetrating damage all over the place and doing energy explosion and poison. That's a lot. But you also don't want her hypersonicking around everywhere and hitting for 4. Yeah. She's fun. She's cool. I like her. The other, number 2 legacy, I think is going to have to be Venom Space Knight. Really, really, really cool version of this character for 50 points this time. He was like 120 something before, I think. But he's Guardian, Spider-Man, team abilities, running shot with Pensai, invulnerability and perplex, range of 5 with 2 bolts. Very respectable, even in today's game, especially for 50 points. And he's got 2 traits. Well, he's got the symbiote physiology trait, which is great. Plasticity, shape change, hard to hit him with range attacks. But this one, Voice of the Cosmos, power. If no characters have been placed this turn, choose an opposing character that damaged a friendly character since your last turn. Place Venom Space Knight such that you can make an attack, any kind of attack, targeting the chosen character, and then do so. Unique modifier. If 3 or more friendly characters have the Guardians of the Galaxy keyword, modify their attack by +1. So, Guardians +1 attack, and he's a retaliator. It's a power action retaliator, but we don't have a ton of retaliators in the game, and that's why he's on my list. I like having a retaliator, and he's a pretty cool one with a really cool sculpt and a decent damage too. Anyway, that was number 2. Number 1 is going to have to be, for me, Anti-Venom. 50 points. This guy's super cool. He's got to be unique. I think they made him unique. He just needs to be. No traits, nothing like that, but he's got this special damage power. When Anti-Venom attacks a single character, that's critical. It has to be a single character or else it would be too powerful. That character can't use powers until your next turn. He just has to attack them. So as long as they don't have shape change, he is attacking them, and they can't use powers, can't use standard powers on their dial, can't use special powers on their dial, can't use standard powers from equipment, can't use standard powers from traits, nothing like that. No powers. Nothing, no powers from team abilities either. If it's not a standard power from a team ability, they can still use it, whatever. But like super senses from Wonder Woman or Spider-Man family, or shape change from the Scroll, or what are other outwit from the Superman enemy, stealth from Batman, they don't get to use them until your next turn. It's set, so even if he misses, it doesn't matter. The rest of the team can follow up and just destroy whatever he wants to target. Granted, he doesn't have a move and attack, so it'll be a little more difficult. Give him Animal Man, give him hypersonic speed, much easier. Then, and the other downside is if for whatever reason you don't cripple their team after he gets in there, he is not too hard to take down. He's only got toughness with a 17, later 16 combat reflexes, and a 15 with regen on his last dial. He's not too hard to take down. But for what he's supposed to do, he is amazing. Anyway, that was the whole thing. Oh man, no. For my one-shots, top 3 one-shots. Number 3 is going to be Maximum Carnage. When a friendly character, Maximum Carnage. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose a friendly character. If at least one opposing character is adjacent to them, deal all characters adjacent to the chosen character 1 unavoidable damage, then heal all damaged characters that weren't KO'd 1 click. So you want to get stuff that is on their last click. Or bystanders. If they have a ton of bystanders, run somebody up and tie them down next to you. Hopefully they survive, and then KO all these bystanders. And they're gone. Or end game, mid game, somebody on, or hopefully multiple people on their last clicks next to your guys. Maybe it's a really hard to click to get through. 10 points, and you get them dead. I like it. Number 2, I think, is going to be Separation Anxiety. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose a friendly character. If a friendly character was KO'd since your last turn, move that character up to 4 squares, then make an attack. This is all during the beginning of your turn. If there are more friendly characters in your KO area than on the map, so like late game and you've been losing a bunch of characters, that character modifies its attack +2 during that attack. So it's kind of like a modified retaliation for any of your characters. If one of yours has been KO'd, you can trigger somebody else to do it. And if you have a way to trigger KOing one of your figures at the beginning of your turn with like terrain or something like that, you can activate this when you want to activate this. I like this. I like it a lot. Hopefully, I mean, if it gets to the point where you're using it when you have more KO'd figures than you do on the map, yeah, you really want to have that +2 during the attack. But anyway, and number 1 of the one-shots for me is going to be Venomize. When a friendly character without the symbiote keyword is KO'd after resolutions, you may generate a non-unique, non-prime character with the symbiote keyword of less points than the KO'd character on its last non-KO click in the square that character last occupied. This game, that character isn't scored when KO'd, but they can be healed. So bring in a symbiote of less points on their last click, and maybe you can heal them up to top click. I don't know which one you're bringing out. Hopefully it's one that will survive through a turn or the rest of the opponent's turn. I think it's a lot of fun. Gonna bring out a cool symbiote. There are a lot of cool ones. Anyway, that's it for my top 3s of each rarity. Noting I did not include the equipment because they are both just awesome. The axe and the spear, and they're a super rare, I guess, but yeah, I would want them both. They're amazing. Let me know what you think. Do you disagree wholeheartedly? Argue your point in the comments below. If you like these ones, tell me why I'm right. And then, yeah, like, share, subscribe, all those things for YouTube. And hope that I give you guys a good fix for your HeroClix addiction like I have. And we'll see you next time. Bye.